This is problem number 4 on the practice problems for quest number 1. Tickets to a community theater cost $7 for adults and $4 for children. The theater's records show that they sold a total of 55 tickets and took in $313, but not the number of each type of ticket that was sold. A. Let X be the number of tickets sold to adults. Express the number of tickets sold to children in terms of X. So lots of information in the problem. In this case, we're looking for information about the number of tickets sold. So that cues me into looking at this part. It says there were a total of 55 tickets sold, and none of the dollar amounts matter for part A. So if X is the number of tickets sold to adults, then the number of tickets sold to kids must be the rest of them, 55 minus X. Part B, express the total price of tickets sold to adults in terms of X. Okay, so I just need to multiply two numbers together. I need to get the price per adult ticket. And then we're going to multiply that. Maybe I won't use X there for multiplication, but we're going to multiply that by the number of adult tickets. And if we multiply those two things, that'll tell me how much money came into the community theater from the adult tickets. So the price per adult ticket is in the problem, $7 for adults. So we're going to multiply 7 times the number of adult tickets, which was called X in the first part of this problem. So 7X is going to be the total money coming into the theater from sales of adult tickets. Part C, express the total price of tickets sold to children in terms of X. This is almost exactly the same as part B, except everything now is going to change to children. So this is price per child ticket. And then we're going to multiply by number of child tickets. So the price per child ticket is $4. That was given in the problem, 4 times. And then the number of children's tickets, the number of child tickets, well, that was what we figured out in part A. So this is multiplied by 55 minus X. Something is missing. In this case, we need parentheses because 55 minus X is one thing, but without parentheses, it looks like two things. That one thing is the number of child tickets sold. Part D, express the total price of all tickets sold in terms of X. So for part D, we're just taking the total price that came in from adult tickets, total price that came in from children's tickets. We want the total price of all of them. So what should we do with these two things? We're looking for a total, so we're going to add. Part E, using your expression from F and an appropriate number from the statement of the problem, set up and solve an equation. Okay, so I realize here there's a typo. Let's change that. We should say D. So we have right now the total price of all tickets that came in. That's what we found in green. So there must be some number we haven't used yet in this original problem. And there is, it's this number right here. Altogether, the theater took in $313. Great. That's exactly the same thing that the green represents. It's how much money came in from all the tickets. So we have that whole green thing. And it must equal to 313 from the problem. All right, now we've done all the setup. It's time to actually solve the equation. So let's solve this equation here. First, we'll distribute. Then we'll combine terms on the left-hand side. We'll subtract 220 from both sides. And then divide both sides by 3. And we get x equals 31. And then part F, how many tickets were sold to adults and how many were sold to children? Let's answer this now. X equals 31. Well, what did X represent? This is why it's important to have it written down. And in this case, the problem gave it to us. It's underlined in purple here. X is the number of tickets sold to adults. So X is 31 adult tickets. And then to figure out how many kids tickets were sold, we go back up. Again, in part A, what we were asked to find in part A was the number of tickets sold to children. So we did. It's 55 minus X. So 55 minus X is the thing we're interested in down here. So 55 minus X, which is 55 minus the 31 we just found, which is 24 child tickets.